All right, and we're live.
Yep, we're live.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's hope this time it goes better than last time.
Yeah.
We tried to record our last episode and then it didn't work out. We realized that we talked for an hour and a half and we didn't record, so hopefully this time will go better.
Yeah, we'll definitely record it. We'll upload this stuff.
All right, so we're going to talk about, in this episode, we're going to talk about, we're going to do a review of the first half of the season for the English Premier League.
Yeah.
It's probably your favorite league, right?
Yeah, the league I watched the most.
Yeah. Yeah, likewise. So, and we just finished watching Tottenham Chelsea.
Yeah.
Which was not that great of a match, but it was interesting.
Yeah.
Nevertheless.
I mean, it was not great of a match, footballing wise. I mean, the stuff that happened around the match was probably more disturbing than the football itself.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Tottenham played really bad football throughout the game, it felt like.
Yeah.
And Chelsea did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, especially William. William was amazing.
Yeah.
He had an amazing performance. He was just playing so good. Such good football.
Yeah. William was really nice and then
shooting, passing.
Yeah.
Scored a great goal.
He was the man of the match.
Yeah.
And then, do you want to talk about the flying kick?
The flying kick was crazy. So, yeah, I don't even know what happened. Do you know what happened?
That was the highlight of the match.
Yeah, that's true. That was the highlight of the match.
Have you ever seen flying kicks like this before?
Nope. That was.
I
don't think I've ever seen it happen before. I didn't even know if it was a penalty or not because I had never seen anything like that.
I think it was a penalty.
Yeah, I think it was a penalty too, but it was very confusing.
Yeah, it's an unintentional tackle.
Yeah.
But the closest one I remember from memory is like in 2010, like final of World Cup. Do you remember Nigel de Jong made like a 2-foot lunge in Xabi Alonso? Yeah.
And he didn't even get a red card. Right?
No.
It's crazy.
I was watching that game with my mom, and my mom said, "Oh, did he die?" He's dead.
He could have died.
So that was the reaction to it. So I was like, yeah, probably. So if the goalkeeper today made that kind of contact with Alonso would have probably died. He's got a concussion or something like that.
Yeah.
It was lucky. It was very lucky.
Yeah, I think he would have probably lost a couple of teeth and get knocked out.
Yeah. So
that's for sure. Yeah. Now that was crazy. But why is Lloris not playing? Because he's injured, right?
Lloris got injured, and also he's not super good in recent days. So I think Gazzaniga is a good goalkeeper. I mean, I would say he's a much better goalkeeper than Lloris.
Really?
He was doing really good.
Even after today?
Because Lloris was doing a lot of mistakes. You remember the starting from the World Cup final, like he did that thing where he gave the ball away. Then later on, though it was completely different, but he got arrested for driving and stuff, and people.
Yeah, but I mean, he's a pretty solid goalkeeper.
He used to be, but he's like overall, so he's like upper 30s now.
Yeah.
So Gazzaniga
I think he's in the decline.
Yeah, ideally was his replacement. And he's a really nice goalkeeper. You have to see.
Where's he from?
He's from Spain. So yeah, don't just judge him saying that. It's very hard to judge him, but just seeing.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna judge him just because of that, but it was a very peculiar situation. I don't think I had ever seen it happen quite like that before.
No. It's something very
it was a moment of craziness.
Yeah.
A moment of madness by Gazzaniga.
Yeah, so that was a highlight for me.
Yeah, and you know, Williams' goal was really good and he was playing very well. Great passing.
I think Son getting a red card was definitely also a turning point because Tottenham could have theoretically come back into the game. It was at 60 minutes.
Yeah, if you get a red card and you 2-0 down.
And it's your Son,
like much.
One of the main players to score the goal.
Yeah.
Then you get pretty much out of the game immediately.
Yeah.
So I'd say there was a chance, but
so they're almost lucky they didn't get they didn't lose by more goals at that point.
Yeah, I would say we could have
They're playing.
Couple of
They're playing 10 against 11.
couple of more goals.
Yeah, they have conceded. They could have conceded more goals.
Yeah.
But so and then we had so Liverpool was away winning the World Club World Cup.
Yeah.
Great time to be a Liverpool supporter.
Yes.
Everton, Arsenal 0-0. Newcastle beat Crystal Palace. Southampton beat Aston Villa.
Mm-hmm.
Important match there because
Yeah,
they're both fighting against relegation.
Yeah. I want to come back to Arsenal versus Everton.
Well,
But
we can
okay.
go back now.
Okay, so both teams are having new managers.
Mhm.
Arsenal already appointed Arteta, and Everton is gonna get Ancelotti as far as the news goes. It's just
Is that confirmed?
almost he's selecting his backroom stuff. That's the last thing I know. Yesterday.
That's a pretty big coup for Everton.
Yeah, but Arsenal and Arteta. First, my question to you is: do you think Arsenal is anymore a top 6 club?
No, for sure not. Arsenal.
Arsenal, yeah.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, sir. I mean, not this season, because they're probably not going to reach the top 6 anymore. But I mean,
They're like
in terms-
3-4 points away from the relegation right now.
yeah, but I mean, Arsenal's a pretty big club, I mean, they're having a bad season, but I mean, if they're not top 6, who is? Leicester City. I don't think Leicester City's quite up there, And another candidate would be Everton. I don't think
No,
so
not
either.
Everton.
West Ham as well. So I mean, I just think it's a different dimension. Arsenal's a pretty big club, and yeah, this season they're not doing that well, but I mean, still they have a pretty good team. Like if you look player by player, it's a pretty solid team.
Okay.
I mean,
I-
they have some big stars. I mean, there aren't that many teams in the Premier League that have guys like Aubameyang, Lacazette, Ozil. These are like superstars.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
say that if anyone.
How many superstars does Wolves have?
Yeah, but Wolves is a pretty solid team.
Yeah, no, I mean I agree, but
And if you now the next question comes if Aubameyang or Lacazette, Ozil is already getting pretty old, so Aubameyang or Lacazette lives next season, then you still call
I think-
Arsenal a top 6.
I think they're still big enough that they can probably replace a player like that.
Because the reason is that last
And they just signed Pepe, who's a pretty good player,
he hasn't done anything yet.
who hasn't done anything,
Single
but
goal yet.
they paid a lot of money for him.
Yeah, but he
You
hasn't scored a single goal from an open play. All his goals for either penalties or free kicks.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean that's a fair point, but I do think Arsenal is still one of the biggest English clubs. I don't think because of one bad season, we could say okay they're not in the top 6.
No, it's not one bad season. They're having like I'd say consecutively really bad seasons. I mean, they're not finishing top 4.
Well, it's the first time that they haven't finished in the top 6. Before that, they always finished in the top 6.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's fair.
they're not top team as in winning the Premier League.
So you're saying that they're not a top 4
But if
team?
we're talking in top 6, I think they're solid.
So they're not top 4,
solid
but
top 6. Yeah. Yeah, I think they're a little bit far from top 4 right now.
Yeah, because they haven't been in top 4 for a while.
For a while, it's not that long actually, but I think it's 3 seasons, 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah. And it's good for English.
And before that, they were top 4 for like 20 seasons straight,
Right.
something like that. So they were a very solid top 4 team.
Like 4th place team.
Yes.
So
for a long
yeah.
time,
So
4th place team.
Yeah, I saw a joke this week that once upon a time we used to ridicule Arsenal by calling the 4th team of Premier League.
Now they
And
will.
how much they would miss it right now.
Yeah, they probably miss it. But yeah, I mean, people were criticizing Wenger so much, and now maybe they're not anymore.
I mean, it depends.
But I think they have it's a big club.
What do you think about
it's a big
Arteta?
club. I think they could be doing a lot better.
He has a backroom of Pep says he's very technical.
I don't really know a lot about Arteta as a manager, to be honest, but I think it will certainly be beneficial for them, considering like how terrible they are right now. I think it's good to change.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a good change that for them, to get a new guy in and someone. I mean, Arteta was a very cerebral player, like Pep Guardiola,
Yeah.
along those lines. So traditionally, that has led to pretty good results in terms of being a manager. So,
But
so
my
I'm
question
hoping
is
he'll do
that
well.
if
I think it's good for English football to have a strong Arsenal, because Arsenal is such an iconic team.
yeah, but my question to you is that if you were in Arsenal board, would you have gone for someone like sort of inexperienced like Arteta, or would you have gone for someone more experienced like Ancelotti at this point?
Probably someone more experienced, but I mean, it's worked before. When Barcelona got Pep Guardiola, he didn't have the accolades that he does today.
Right.
He was a relatively unknown manager.
Okay.
So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
So it's a big gamble then.
It's a big gamble, but at the same time, it's not so big of a gamble because they can't do anything else this season. Like realistically, I mean, they're not going to finish top four. I think for a team like Arsenal, it doesn't really matter if they're in the Europa League or not. I mean, it would be better, but that shouldn't definitely not be the objective of a club like Arsenal.
There used to be a title challenger.
Yeah, of course. That's what they have to do. They should be challenging for the title. A team like with that dimension. Even if there are other good teams. So I mean, being in the Europa League, I don't think it's a big priority for them. Also, like the Champions League is a big financial incentive. The Europa League, you don't really make a lot of money. The prizes are pretty,
Pretty low. Yeah.
pretty small. Yeah. So it doesn't really matter. I mean, and they're not going to get relegated. I mean, Arsenal is way too good to be relegated.
No, the question is next season they should keep the big players. If Aubameyang leaves,
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
no one is
that's
gonna come in.
no,
As
that's.
far as the team
I think the most important thing is actually the summer for them
yeah,
because this season they're done.
they're done.
So the summer is actually the biggest thing for them.
And they have good
They
young
need to
players.
keep a good team. They need to keep the young players. They need to keep Aubameyang and Lacazette if they can. Like keep
And they need to find
keep those
position.
two guys. I mean, those two guys are two of the best strikers in the world. They need to.
But they play in the same position. That's
They
the
play in
big
the same
problem
position.
for
Yeah.
them, I think, to balance it out.
Yeah, especially Aubameyang. But like I said, I would say he's a pretty good striker as well. So if they can get that, like maybe for them it would make sense to play a 4-4-2.
Yeah.
Make a set formation based on a 4-4-2 because they at least have a top attack. They could have like I think they're pretty good strikers, both of them. So if they could get a good partnership between Lacazette and Aubameyang, I think at least you have a pretty solid attack.
Yeah, like I'd probably suggest like something I do in FIFA, like 4-1-3-2. Like
That could work as well. Yeah,
I like that formation.
I like that formation as well.
I never have ever.
It used to be a super popular formation.
Yeah, back in the day.
Now not so much.
Yeah. But I've never seen.
I'm a big fan of 4-5-1. That's my favorite. 4-2-3-1. I like.
Okay.
I think teams are very complete with that formation. But
that's what technically Arsenal does.
Yeah, but for Arsenal, for example, I think a 4-4-2 would make a lot more sense.
Yeah, because I've never seen Aubameyang and Lacazette start at any single game. So and very few games they have even played together.
Sometimes you got to go with the players you have.
Yeah.
And I think a 4-4-2 is also a good formation.
Yeah, what's Conte doing with his Inter right now? That's playing with two strikers. Basically.
Yeah, Inter the same thing. Like that's their best feature is their strikers. Yeah. And he's using both of them together to great effect. So
I don't understand why Arsenal is like.
So I think those are both. They're the two best players that Arsenal has.
Yeah, and they should start every single match.
Yeah, they should start every
single match.
Yeah, I think they would have better results if they had their two best players start every single match. Yeah, so.
And Arsenal has a pretty good list of young players. I love them. Like there's the striker. I forgot his name, but there are very good young strikers, some midfielders also. Saka, Wilcock.
Yeah, I
So
agree. Yeah,
the,
that's why I say, I think they the size of the club, the some of the talent that they have, they should be doing a lot better.
yeah, Martinelli. Yeah. So it should be good. But anyway, all right, Arsenal first. We should move on.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, but it's a good discussion. But let's let's see.
so
So the other matches we had. I mean, the other big one we've already talked about Tottenham and Chelsea. The other big one.
let's
Well,
from
the
Man City.
two big ones. Manchester 3-1 Leicester City against Leicester City. I
What
mean,
do
that
you
was
think?
that was basically the match to decide the contender. Because Liverpool at this time they're champions if they don't screw up really badly.
Yeah.
So the number one contender is either Manchester United, Manchester City, or Leicester City. And I think Manchester City won, and so they're the number one contender.
So they were the
I
whole
don't
team.
think,
They were
yeah,
playing. They were playing in
but
City.
I don't think Leicester City really can come back after this defeat.
Yeah,
They're
I think big
they're
big
just too
boost
far.
for City is like the form of De Bruyne. So I think City is
Yeah,
ideally
City
going
has
for
better weapons.
Champions League right now more than the league.
Well, they
That's
have
the
to, yeah.
thing Guardiola wants to win the most. He hasn't won in a long time, so that's the target. And they want the best team to play in Champions League. And I think De Bruyne is coming up with the best things. Because I don't think he was honestly playing that good of, that good of a performance in the first half. So to me, that especially yesterday, it played really well. So that's a good boost. But I mean, let's still win there. So I think it's far from over. I
Yeah.
respect Leicester and Vardy. I mean, Jamie Vardy to me is like my idol.
Wow, he's having a great season. And obviously Manchester United just lost
To
2-0
Watford.
against Watford, and it's just like crazy bad
Last team
season for
of
Manchester United.
what? Last team of the.
I think this is better. It's a worse season for Manchester United than it is to Arsenal, to be honest, because as big as Arsenal is, Manchester United is much bigger.
Okay, so here's a statistics. So Manchester United, when they play against the top six, their record is really well. But when they play against the bottom six, their record is absolutely dismal. So if they are the
Yeah,
only
Watford I
team.
think is in the top. It's number 20.
It's the last team, yeah.
Watford is
They were at 9 points
and-
and they got 12 today.
they're last
Yeah.
last place. So
And the
they
last
just
two,
beat they just beat Manchester United. This would be unthinkable
yeah.
with Ferguson. This is like
So-
how low Manchester United has fallen.
But why do you think it's had keep on happening? Because they beat Tottenham, they drew against Liverpool, they had beaten Manchester City, so clearly their record against the top six is extremely well. Whereas when they go and play against this bottom half, they are absolutely dismal. That's very
Well,
curious
yeah,
thing.
they have a good record, but I mean, the, the the fact that they're inconsistent, that's the big problem.
During the
And
players,
they can't have a consistent form. They just can't. They haven't had a consistent run in a long time. So
right. So are you for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or like against him? That's the big discussion.
I think they probably need to assess if Solskjaer is the manager for them, and they should probably try to figure that out, and they probably need a long term project. Like a big part of why I think they're not doing so well is because they keep changing managers, they keep changing players, um, and it just doesn't work. They don't have a project.
Yeah.
They don't have any sort of project, and sometimes you gotta wait a little bit until things start working.
Yeah.
And look at Liverpool. I mean, they didn't start winning right away with Klopp. It took a while, and I think at this point they need to build a team. You know, so it might take a while, but
Yeah,
they
but
need to start working on that. They need to start working on a project that is a winning project and start building a team.
yeah, I think the team is pretty good. Like I like some of the players who brought this team. Like Daniel James is a very good player. Van Bissaka, I think, is one of the best right backs in the league right now. Sensational. It's just they're not showing that consistency. That's the big issue. Otherwise, I'd say they
Yeah,
are a much better team. Like a bunch of young players coming in inside.
yeah, but I mean, it's also a problem. I think it's a problem of how they're playing, and it's also a problem of as well lack of a long term project And I think if you look at their team now, this is not as good as a team as Manchester United had under Ferguson. It's certainly, I think, several degrees lower.
Yeah, I mean, there's no disagreement on that.
Yeah.
I mean, their goal should be to finish top four. They're not
Yeah,
gonna
and
go for the
Manchester
title.
United, I mean, they should have a team capable of at least, rivaling for the Premier League. So, but for that, you kind of need a long-term project for that.
Yeah.
At this point.
Do you think Solskjaer is the man to lead the? I always get confused to lead this project.
I don't know, man. I mean, it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, I
It
don't
doesn't
think
seem
so.
like it. But I like the guy. I like Babyface, the Babyface killer. So I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say like what is his fault and what is the lack of good players or the lack of consistency in the project. How does that affect what Manchester United? Most likely both things are to blame to some extent. You know.
Yeah, I mean their management team.
I mean, they just sold
good enough.
Lukaku. I mean, Lukaku is not the best player in the world, but he was one of the best players I think that Manchester United had.
Right.
And who did they bring in? I mean, it's just they're not bringing in for a long time now. I think they're not bringing in the right players. You know.
Right, I mean they don't have, but this year I think they have a much better team though. Like some of the young players they sign, they would be pretty good in the next 3-4 years. So as a project, I think this is the first year where Manchester United is trying to build on something. So rather than throwing some money away, because they're doing
So maybe that's a start. But I think that's the way they need to go. That's the way they need to go.
Okay, yeah.
But I think they need to have a project. I believe in like long-term projects. I think that's what works the best. So that would be my preference. And Manchester United, I think is they're the kings of long-term projects in the past. With Ferguson. Ferguson was their manager for 20 plus years. So
Yeah,
and it took him a long time to make it work as well.
But nowadays, no manager would get that amount of time. And admit it,
But-
like it's not 90s, so.
Yeah, but I think it can be a mistake. I think that's if a manager is given time to work,
It's Ferguson.
because that's also Arsenal. They had their best time under Wenger as well, and in modern times. And Wenger was given a lot of time to work, and it also didn't work right away for him. It took him some time to build a team, and they had a consistent plan.
Yeah, but I
For a
just
while.
don't think it's not. I mean, no manager nowadays would get that much amount of time because
You're probably right.
Ferguson got
Probably
7 years and 9 years. Like it's an absurd amount of time before Ferguson won anything.
I don't think it was quite that much, but he got a lot of time.
6 years probably. I think he was manager at 85 and they won at 92. But they were in a position of winning starting from 90. So, like the first 3-4 years was just a project. What
Yeah.
we're talking about. I just don't think anyone would get that much amount of time, to be honest.
But it's still, I think, regardless of what they do today,
No, yeah,
I mean, that's
yeah,
still what
so-
works the best.
Yeah.
Tottenham is an example of a team that, they're a very mediocre team before they got Pochettino, and Pochettino built a project. But he needed some time to do that.
Yeah.
Dortmund is another example of Klopp getting a team that was not competitive and turning it into a very competitive team. He almost won the Champions League as well as two Bundesligas. Also didn't work right away, and then Klopp obviously went to Liverpool, and he's doing essentially the same thing. This time he won the Champions League, though.
Yeah, because Klopp was not fast.
Not the first time around, actually. He lost his first final,
But
he
it
won the
was his
second.
first complete season. He reached Champions League final, which I think is phenomenal. Like that says something. Like in your first season, you reach Champions League final, almost could have won it. And like
Was that his first complete season?
second complete season.
I think it was the second.
Yeah. So that's says something. So and in his first season, actually, he reached the Europa League final, which Liverpool lost to Sevilla, Emirates Sevilla.
Yeah, I mean he's a good manager, but sometimes it takes a while. I think it just being patient. I believe being patient
I think Manchester
is
is
an
trying
important
to do
quality
that
of managers and directives.
yeah, but not with Ole. I think they should have.
Yeah, that's the
So-
thing. You know, you got to see, is this the guy that we're gonna, you know, are we gonna give our time
Because he
and
doesn't have
our
any
resources to
experience.
this guy? Yeah, right. So
He was in Mordor, in Norway. So it's a
Yeah.
huge jump, and he got
Yeah.
sacked by Leeds before that. He
yeah,
goes through
so you
something
gotta
like that.
you gotta see if he's the right man for the club.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So you gotta figure out if someone's the right fit, and then I think after that you need to give them some time to work and see if it works or not.
Okay, yeah, fair enough, fair enough. So we will move to. I mean, we just talked about all the games, and then what do you think the chances of teams like Sheffield and Wolves, who are like really number five, number six? And these are the teams that are playing really good football this season. And Wolves is already a
Yeah,
pretty good
yeah. I
team,
mean,
so,
Sheffield, you know, is number five, 28 points.
Yeah.
Four points from Chelsea, so 4 points away from a Champions League place. Yeah, I mean it's a surprise for Sheffield United, but
I think we are seeing a rejuvenation of. I like it actually when the small clubs are coming along and getting to the speed where they can compete against the top six
mhm.
or the top four, and that makes the league and just generally the football much more interesting. Right?
Yeah, I think it's refreshing that the top six has been shaken a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think it's you know Sheffield United. I don't think they're gonna finish in a Champions League place or Wolves even. But they're doing very well. But Leicester City, I mean, they're on their way to a top four finish.
Yeah, and they look like a team.
Yeah,
who's
yeah.
top four.
And this team is probably as good as the team that won the Premier League. I think. I mean,
Yeah.
they're
They're a pretty solid team.
yeah, and Vardy is doing very very well.
Also, I think if you see like Leicester have.
I mean, if you take away Liverpool from the equation, they would be leading the league right now. You know,
Yeah, I mean, that's fair, but I
because
mean,
Liverpool is supernatural
yeah.
this season.
But Leicester has also conceded a very few amount of goals. So because the criticism against Rodgers
Yeah,
was
true.
that
Best
Yeah.
defense in the league.
it was before yesterday it was best defensive league. So we are,
It still is tied with Liverpool.
yeah, but before yesterday it was like the best one,
Mhm.
better than Liverpool.
Yeah.
So and that was the criticism against Rodgers when Rodgers
But
was-
Liverpool has won one game less than Leicester City, so likely if Liverpool concedes any goal at all,
well, they are playing against Leicester next game.
then less. So yeah, but yeah, I mean it's very good defense, and their attack is actually amazing as well. 41 goals. That's the third best attack in the league
Yeah,
after Manchester City and Liverpool.
but I always knew that.
So they're solid. I mean they're as solid as they come this season.
Yeah, but I always knew that Rodgers would be a very good man for that. But his defense record was a little bit something to question about. Like last time when he was in Liverpool, the attack was the best in the league, but not the defense.
Uh-huh.
So this time around, he built a solid defensive partnership, and this happened after Maguire left Leicester. So they did an incredible job with someone like Harry Maguire leaving and still have the best defense. So great job to Brendan Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean he's doing
Exceptionally good job.
he's doing a very 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 good job.
And he treats Leicester as a product. So
Yeah, and I think that's what works.
he
Especially if you're in a team like Leicester City that you need the time to build a team.
he got actually offered, I think, the Arsenal job, or he was running for it, but he said no and he would stay with Leicester for the near future. That's what he said. So, project team.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
but I mean, the crazy thing about this season, I mean, Liverpool is the crazy case this season in the Premier League. I mean, this is not normal. Liverpool has 16 victories and one draw in 17 games.
yeah,
They're leading the league like they're 10 points ahead of Leicester City, 11 points ahead of Manchester City. No, 11 points ahead of Manchester City. And how many? 17 ahead of Chelsea.
yeah,
And they have one game less than all of those three teams.
Yeah,
I mean, this is the best performance of any team in the history of English football so far.
yeah. So far, I think this is one of the best performances.
I don't think it's one of the best. I think it's the best.
Now, City last year to last year when they got like 102 points, I think
Uh-huh.
their performance was on the same level. They didn't
You think
lose.
so?
Yeah, they didn't lose until January. That's what I remember.
But did they have just one tie?
Yeah, 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 very similar records.
Okay,
So
so
they lost in December or they drew a match in December.
but that was also like kind of like a supernatural season for Manchester City.
Yeah,
But I mean, and it's crazy that any team, in the Premier League today would be able to have a similar record as that Manchester City team. It's just incredible, and the fact that Liverpool is doing that, I mean, I think it looks unreal. It looks like a glitch. Just to have that level of consistency is mind blowing.
yeah.
So
I mean, they're the best in Europe, so
they're the best team in the world, but and they just won the Club World Championship, so now they're officially the best team in the world
yeah. And I think
and
Liverpool,
officially the best team in Europe, and they will soon be officially the best team in England.
yeah, that's the most important. Thing. Winning the Premier League.
Well, it depends on the point of view, but yeah, they haven't won the. How long has it been since they won the Premier League?
30 years.
30 years.
Yeah,
So actually, they never won the Premier League.
yeah, they didn't.
So because the Premier League started in the 90s,
Yeah,
early
92.
90s.
So
Yeah.
they won the season before the Premier League started.
They won the last season before
Yeah.
before it started. So that's
And they were
crazy.
the runners-up of the first Premier League.
So they're about to win their first Premier League.
Yeah, that'll be something crazy if that happens.
Yeah, and I mean they're in a very good position to keep winning. I think.
Yeah, and if this goes on, I mean, that's what I said in the last one, which we didn't record. But if Liverpool stays unbeaten in December,
We're recording this time, so I think
Yeah.
it'll be okay.
yeah, if Liverpool stays unbeaten until January 15th, Premier League might be over in February.
I think the Premier League is over now.
Yeah, probably. And that's good for Liverpool because in February they're going to play.
I think in February is going to be way over.
Yeah,
You know?
and they're going to go on Champions League where they can rest some players in Premier League and come up with the best teams in Champions League, which puts Liverpool in an incredibly strong position. So,
Yeah.
So Klopp is trying.
Although
to
there is a problem with that, I think that it's sometimes it's
Breaks
not.
the rhythm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it breaks the rhythm of the team, and sometimes you start losing games, and that also affects morale
Yeah.
because just having like this notion that you are undefeated
Yeah.
and that you cannot be defeated. I mean, football is probably what 30-40% is a mind game. Yeah, psychological.
Yeah.
So it's not just about how good the players are. It's not just about how fit they are. A big part of it is their mind.
Yeah. No, I
Their
agree. That's a good
confidence.
point. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a tricky thing when you start like resting all your players and start losing games because of that. I think.
Yeah. All right. Anyway,
But it's good to have some leeway. That you can put some players on the bench.
Like
you
rotation.
you can rest Salah every once in a while. You can rest all their top players.
Yeah. But
Mane, Firmino, so and also that helps with the injuries a little bit if a player can rest every once in a while.
yeah. No, it's good. It's all good for Liverpool. It looks
For Liverpool, it's perfect. So I think it's crazy. And I don't remember. Did you think that Manchester City was gonna win the league or Liverpool?
I would say I mean, yeah, I thought
City.
yeah.
Well, me too. But we're both wrong.
Yeah.
But we both place City number one and Liverpool number two.
And I thought
right? So
it would be like City winning very
closely.
margin.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I
thought-
thought it was going to be close.
Yeah.
And I thought that Chelsea was going to be more competitive, Tottenham was going to be more competitive, Manchester United was going to be more competitive. I didn't think Arsenal was going to be that competitive, but
Okay. No, I always knew
I thought
that.
the other three were going to.
I'm surprised
more
with
competitive.
City because I always thought City and Liverpool
Yeah, me
would
too,
fight
yeah.
and they would be
City is very surprising.
rest of the pack.
But like we talked before, it's not so much that City's having a bad team, which is having a bad season, which they are, but it's also the fact that Liverpool is just doing so well. It's a combination of
Yeah.
the two things. Yeah.
But anyway, to wrap things up, anything you were like interested about like upcoming matches or any particular changes?
Um, let's see. I mean, I'm always excited for Premier League games.
Yeah. Boxing Day.
I especially like Boxing Day is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Can watch some matches and look Leicester City, Liverpool
Yeah.
for Boxing Day. It's hard to ask for anything better than that.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
mean, it's like the first versus second.
Yeah, exactly. So number one against number two,
Yeah.
Boxing Day. That's pretty much just a Christmas gift that the Premier League has in store for us.
Yeah. I mean, Man City is playing, I think, against Wolves away.
Yeah, we're
That's
playing
a-
against Wolves away.
That's a good game also.
That's a good game as well. That's actually it's the day after Boxing Day, which is a little bit unusual. But yeah, so it's on the 27th. So actually, Wolves and Manchester City won't be playing on the 26th.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, the big Boxing Day game is going to be Leicester City Liverpool.
Yeah.
And that's it couldn't have been any better.
I think in 2017, Liverpool placed against Leicester, also in a very similar time, like in December. And
That's
Leicester,
when that's when Leicester won.
that's when Leicester won. And Jamie Vardy scored an incredible goal, like out of the D box. He just
Well, we got to talk about Jamie Vardy, man.
took a block volley. Yeah.
Jamie Vardy is incredible this season.
Yeah.
17 goals.
17 goals. He's leading the pack, right?
Oh, by far.
Yeah.
But
I think.
by a long shot. I mean, that's 17 goals in 18 Premier League games. Total. I don't know if he played every game.
Right.
But 17 out of 18, 17 goals in 18 games in the Premier League. I mean, that's outstanding. And number two actually only has 11 goals. Just three players. Danny Ings is also having a great season. Aubameyang, one of the best strikers in the world, and Tammy Abraham, which is a surprise, I would say. Yeah. So.
No, I'm very surprised with Vardy's form. He's getting older and he's getting better and faster. So I don't know what he eats.
It is.
Like,
It is.
what he does basically for his training.
It,
He's a wonder.
it is kind of crazy, yeah.
But their supply line is also very good. Like he gets a lot of balls and the team actually plays forward. That's what. If you remember Rodgers' season in Liverpool, he played with Sterling, Suarez,
Triple S.
Triple S, yeah.
Yeah.
And all three of them very pacey, very direct. And
Yeah.
you see the Leicester team, they play with Vardy, Madison, and they have this kind of same thing, like a three-product attack and like straight going for the goal. Very fast. Everyone's
Yeah.
running. So, yeah. I mean, so I just, as I said, when I watch Leicester, it reminds me of Rodgers all the time with better defense. Very much solid defense. He probably learned
That
how to
makes
do the
sense.
defense from last time.
That makes sense, yeah. And it's a shame that our Liverpool team didn't win that Premier
Yeah, I
League.
mean, with any.
Well, they're about to win the Premier League now, so it's all good, It's all good. Actually, it was even worse that they didn't win it with Klopp, because last year,
97 points. Can you believe it?
it's that one is worse. That one's much worse actually. 'Cause
No, I got really. I thought that one was, to me.
the only thing that saved that season was the Champions League, which is a big thing, So they won the Champions League. So
Yeah, but to me,
but it's almost a crime that they didn't win the Premier League last season.
Yeah, but City was fantastic.
Yeah, City was
City was a
fantastic.
better team.
But it's really bad luck that you.
I would say the
finished
bad
with-
luck was on Rodgers' team.
Really?
That was more hurt because, so if you remember, Liverpool was leading by 4 points going
Yeah,
in
but
April.
4 points is nothing.
Yeah, April.
Yeah, that's nothing. 4 points.
And they got beaten by Chelsea, and then they drew against Crystal Palace. And I would say the team was really good with very little budget. They were doing wonderfully.
Yeah.
They had a bunch of young players in that team and very little budget to work with. It's just the defense. Even
Yeah,
the
they were doing a
defense-
great job, but to be honest, I never thought Liverpool was going to win that season. I always thought that Manchester City was gonna win.
Yeah, I mean they were
I
clear
mean,
favorites.
they were, yeah, they were big favorites.
Yeah, the Royals did a good job. I mean, outstanding job that.
Yeah, he did.
Even if the
Yeah.
half decent defense, they would have won. It's just the defense was absolute
Yeah.
shambles.
With what he had, I mean, it was a terrific showing. Yeah. They got really close.
Yeah.
But I think everyone's happy that Liverpool is finally getting.
Not everyone.
You know.
I think Manchester United fans are still not very happy.
Almost everybody.
Gallagher
I mean,
said it's his worst year.
but I mean, most football fans, I think, are happy because
Gallagher said that he'd throw a party if Liverpool somehow not wins this season. So,
I mean, maybe Gary Neville should worry about Manchester United.
so yeah.
Because even if Liverpool didn't win this season, I mean, Manchester United is just like
Yeah, but it's a rivalry, I think.
Yeah.
They won't. They probably would be happy.
What about Everton? Do you think they're sad? Everton fans?
Yeah, they should be.
They should be.
Yeah. They're like.
I mean, it's embarrassing. They're 15th place.
Yeah, and they've spent like 300 million in the last 5-6 years.
They've spent a lot of money. Yeah.
They've spent so much money, and I don't know how they always find the wrong player. They have this knack of finding wrong players.
It's predictable though. I mean, when you see their signings, it's always like, oh shit, they kind of like overpaid.
Yeah, it's like
epic
transfer fees.
What? Yeah, like
it's like what
were they thinking?
Yeah.
I mean, it's actually pretty predictable when you look at it. It's always like, I'm not so sure about that one.
It's like what won't work.
Yeah, so I always go into it thinking, well, I think they spent a lot of money and they didn't really bring in anyone that is really going to change the team.
I don't know who does the job. I mean, they could do probably a better job.
We would do a much better job. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, they've been doing like a horrible job, like as bad as anybody else in the game.
Yeah. So I feel bad for really.
Like that's. I mean, it's a good point. I mean, who's doing that?
I don't know.
Yeah, they should really hire someone who at least knows what they're doing to some degree.
Yeah. Anybody who plays in
anyone who plays Football Manager, anybody who watches football, you know, would do I mean, at least an okay job, you know. Like it doesn't really take that much.
Yeah,
to bring some good players, especially when you have a team that is as bad as Everton's.
Yeah, they're not doing so bad.
Like you can improve it pretty easily. With if you have the amount of money that they have.
Yeah, that's what their target was. Their target was to be like a top 14.
I think at this point they're not even top 6.
And they did a much better job with little money, but with more money, I think they got lost. There's sometimes happens. Like
you shouldn't have them though. I mean, it's okay to get lost a little bit, but their transfer work is just really bad.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's worse than what's acceptable.
Changing the managers, which I don't think is always right.
I don't know if it's the managers that are doing those transfers. If they are, they should definitely change it.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever is doing their transfer job, they should be fired.
Right.
I'm sorry, but it's just the truth. Okay, so now with what we know now, what do you think is going to happen until the end of the season in the Premier League? Liverpool's going to win. That's for sure. Who do you think is going to finish top 4?
I see City. I see
City. Yeah, I agree. See Liverpool, City, Leicester City,
Chelsea.
Leicester City. Leicester City's like for sure they're going to finish top 4 just by points alone. I mean, they have 39 points. Number 5, Sheffield United has 28, so they're 11 points clear. That's a big advantage for just half season. So Liverpool, Leicester City, Manchester City,
Between Chelsea and Tottenham, I would say.
And Chelsea.
But I think Chelsea finished.
Yeah, I think Chelsea.
Chelsea's.
So at the start of the season, I had Tottenham and Manchester United finishing top 4 instead of Leicester City and Chelsea. So I was wrong, obviously. You actually got 3 of the 4 because you said you didn't have Manchester United finishing top 4.
No.
You had Chelsea, Manchester City, Liverpool, and what was your 4th one? I think you said Tottenham.
Tottenham, yeah.
Yeah.
Including Spurs. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also Spurs would do better.
So you at least got Chelsea right.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I didn't. I said Manchester United. I still think, to be honest, Manchester United is a better team than Chelsea in terms of their players, but they're just not playing well.
I think agree to disagree in this case because I think Chelsea has a very solid young
You think
squad.
so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Manchester United.
I mean, I don't think it's a huge difference, so I don't have a problem
Yeah, I
with
mean-
you being right there. I mean, it's
teams are
not
very
a big
comparable.
difference.
Yeah. I like the Chelsea team, honestly.
I like it a little bit more because I like how Manchester United. I like those big players like Rashford. You know, he's young and I think he's very talented. You know, Martial. I like him as well. I guess it's just I'm a little bit more.
preferential towards.
Yeah, I just have like some players that I like in that United team. You know, Pogba when he's playing well, I think he's excellent. He's never played well for Manchester United.
I used to like Pogba,
But he was terrific for Juventus, and he's still terrific for France, which is weird because he plays very well for France. But for France, I mean, he's a great player.
Yeah, but in overall, I'm disappointed at Pogba. Like,
Yeah,
he should
me
have been
too.
a much better player. He can do everything, and he still doesn't. Do
I wonder if he can perform for a different team. You know, if it's not Manchester United. You know,
Yeah.
if he goes to Real Madrid under Zidane, you know.
I doubt that, but yeah, we'll talk about in our transfers podcast probably. Who will go?
We will. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
So okay. So should we finish this one?
Yeah, I mean, we had a pretty good discussion on
Okay,
Premier League,
so
and we'll come back.
There you go. Our thoughts about the Premier League.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll have new things to talk about soon about the Premier League with Boxing Day and everything that's about to happen.
Yeah, and
But I don't think Liverpool is gonna have any trouble finishing the league race.
let's hope for it. I'm not jinxing this last time again. I jinxed it like that, but yeah, we'll meet in the next decade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Until then.
Yep.